Hi, and welcome back to our series where we answer Rust coding interview questions. Today we'll be looking at majority element. So let's have a look. Given an array of size n, find the majority element. The majority element is the element that appears more than n divided by 2 times. So basically, the element that appears more than in half of the array. You may assume the array is non-empty and the majority element always exists in the array. So here, for example, 3 is the majority because it appears in more than half of the array. So the output will be 3. Let's implement this. There's a few different ways to do this. We're going to do the hash map way. But you can do this many different ways. So we're importing collections hash map. And hash map is basically you have a key and a value. So our key is going to be the number. We're going to iterate through our array. And our key will be the number from that array. And then its value will be the amount of times it appears. So then we take the one from the hash map that appears the most. So let's just implement that to show you. Okay, so let mutable hash map equal hash map new for y in nums, and we're going to reference nums because we don't want to move the value into the loop because we're going to take its length later, and you'll see why in a minute. So let count. The count is going to be how many times the value for the key is going to be y, what the value is going to be, that's going to be our count. So we're going to match hash map dot get. We're going to get a reference to y, which is our key, and then we're going to match on our value. So if there's none, then we're going to give it a value of 1 because it has now appeared. Or if it's sum y, or sorry, sum x. So if some value has appeared of x, whatever that is, we're going to add 1 to it because it's appeared here again. So that's our little loop that will go through all the values. Then at the end here, we're going to want to hash map dot insert y and count. So what that will do there is if y, it'll insert y, which is the value that we're on, and then the count. And here we can see our count will either be 1 or it'll be greater than 1. Now how to actually find the majority element, simply we do if count multiplied by 2 is greater than nums.length. We simply return y. We just have to dereference y here. So basically what's happening here is if the count is bigger than the length of numbers when it's multiplied by 2, that means it's more than half of the array, and that will be our majority element. It also says you may assume the array is non-empty and the majority element always exists in the array. So we don't have to worry about edge cases and things like that because they tell us here not to worry about it. But in case this doesn't work, we can always just return -1, meaning whatever's being passed to us obviously isn't fitting with the criteria here. Because if we run this code, it should work perfectly. There you go. Our input was 2211222222224466. So clearly here 2 makes up more than half the array. So that's what we're expecting to get outputted. Let's submit that. Hash maps are like a powerful tool in Rust, and I recommend you learn them if you don't know about them already. So we don't have the fastest solution here. It's only faster than 46%. There's many other ways to do this, but I thought the hash map was the easiest way to understand and introduce this nice idea of using hash maps. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you know of any other solutions for this question. Thanks.